What up, guys? Your boy Quake, and Tory Lanez has finally broken his silence, and it's not in the way that you expected. But before we get into that, be sure to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at QuakeGW. A link is in the description below, and leave a like on this video. So Tory Lanez has finally decided to speak on the incident involving him and Megan Thee Stallion. If you're unaware, he was accused of actually shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. She actually came out and said he did it, and it was a whole thing. He ended up getting locked up, but he posted bail, and he's been quiet really ever since until now. And he's responding in quite a unique way. As an artist, this isn't a surprise, but still, usually a celebrity responds with a statement or goes and does a major interview to talk about it. But nope, Tory Lanez has decided to respond in the music. Today, he releases a new project called DAYSTAR, and this is the first new music come out since this incident. And man, he addresses basically everything. He even disses the people that chimed in on this incident without knowing all the facts. So let's break down each track. Obviously, Tory Lanez can't go into like grave detail because he's still dealing with this problem legally. So he addresses it the best way he can through the music. So let's go over the first track. It's called Money Over Fallouts. And in the intro, it's a bunch of media personalities basically attacking Tory Lanez. And then he says, "I'm done with this. You got to know the truth." Then the verse starts. He says, "A, they'd rather see me in a cell, like how he posted out with 30,000 bail. Ho caught me D'd up, talk down, we teeing up. Megan, people trying to frame me for a shooting, but them boys ain't clean enough. I see how they're teaming up, watching, and I'm calculating. Got to keep it quiet. I can't jeopardize. The outcome is waiting. Seeing certain people hating, like how is this guy hating? I done gave these people so much features, made these guys famous. They was on the blog saying I'm canceled from this entertainment. I was on that Spotify like 30 million monthly listeners. I'm fucking going crazy. And my fans support me brazy. Everything I do is for you. I promise I'll be on it daily. And I got nothing but love to spread. But guys hate me. Hurt my heart to see them Twitter fingers come from Kalani's and Cash's pages." Here he's saying that he's upset that Kalani and Cash's page said that they're taking their Tory Lanez feature off their tracks. They're saying that, I know for sure he's disrespectful to women, so on and so forth. Continuing on with the verse, he says, "But I flipped the switch. I'm gripping money at that fast pay. And don't ask me for shit when it get real. That's my last favor. Can't cry now because I'm going to laugh later. Girl, you had the nerve to write that statement on the affidavit. Knowing I ain't going to do it, but I'm coming at my truest. Trying to keep the shit 200 with you, shorty. I can't prove it. But them people in your ear, they're the true ones that I fear. They really got you thinking Tory Lanez would do you in for real. Don't forget you was my bitch. I held it down and kept it real. I would never paint no fake picture of you just for some mills. And I thought you was solid too. But look at how you doing me. Look at how you doing me. People trying to ruin me. And what's even worse is I'm still thinking about you and me." And that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to skip past a couple of bars and talk about this. And this was pretty funny actually hearing Tory Lanez address this. He says, "Guys lying on the crody. Guys saying I'm deported. Oh, now I'm 5'3". Guys saying I'm a shorty. But little bitch, I'm 5'7". Money on me sidestepping." That's funny because when Tory Lanez's mugshot came out, the police accidentally listed him as 5'3", but he's actually 5'7". It was just mad funny to see that and mad funny for him to address that. Now, these next couple of bars are actually quite interesting because he sends shots at Jay-Z. This is what he says. "Got to see a couple of questions. How the fuck you get shot in your foot? Don't hit no bones or tendons. How the fuck your team is trying to pay me in some whole millions? I just lost like $10 million because this cold business, but I got like 10 million followers that's going to roll with me. Fans that support me because they know my heart. So I don't give a shit if shorty no jigga. I was even taught to beat the block, eeny, meeny, miny in the streets, so my Nina cocked. Guys, y'all can play me, y'all can frame me, but I'm going to reach the top. I would never put you in no danger, and if I did, you would have said it when you seen the cops." The first bar is about how the fuck you get shot in your foot, don't hit no bones or tendons. That's a dumb bar because you can get shot in your foot, and that can happen where it doesn't hit any bones or tendons. So that whole line was just ridiculous. I don't know why he even mentioned it. But losing $10 million because it's cold business, probably because, I don't know, people are blackballing him now at this point. And then he's saying, "I don't give a shit if shorty no jigga." So, of course, Roc Nation has been kind of playing the role of being on Megan's side, and then Tory Lanez is saying, I don't give a fuck if Jay-Z's on your side. I'm going to still roll with what I think. I'm going to skip a couple tracks. There's the second track called A Woman, and then the third track called Friends Become Strangers. On this third track, Friends Become Strangers, he's basically confining into Megan Thee Stallion and saying, hey, you guys, the real story between us and what happened, and hopefully we can resolve this. That's basically that whole track. And then the fourth track, Sorry But I Had To, is the one where he really goes at everybody that was critiquing him or speaking on the situation without knowing all the facts. So let's get into the verse. He says, all I'm catching is guys on Twitter dissing and talking lies on their lives. I can't recognize my ex-twin in full disguise. Since I went independent, these guys want my demise, and I'm the yeast to the bread my guy watched me rise. I'm watching guys analyze me, how you protected me, but made this whole plan to fry me. Since the event, you never called me, but you can't deny me. If you got shot from behind, how can you identify me? Fast forward, the first person he addresses is Asian Doll on this verse. He says, Asian Doll talking, but shorty, I don't know you. I never met you, nor have I heard a song, and nor have I seen billboards. See your name in any cert or song from out your catalog. Oop, the hat is off. Behind the tatted skin, you battered with scattered scars, but I still respect and help you. Just don't treat me like you see me out in public. And I said, fuck it, and tried to disrespect you. So the reason why Tory Lanez mentioned Asian Dolls was because when Meg Thee Stallion went live and revealed that Tory Lanez shot her, Asian Doll then went live on her own Instagram and basically started going in on Tory Lanez.
So for her to get shot, and y'all see y'all friend who genuinely, for a lot of people who take care of a lot of people, who do a lot of for a lot of people, who is one of the biggest artists in the world right now, but walk around like she's, still Megan from Houston, who stays in Houston. So when you got that type of attitude and you just so humble and some shit like this happened, and then everything hit the fan, and it was somebody that you with, that you trusted, that's up. So y'all don't try to tell, I don't give a it's me or anybody else. Don't try to tell nobody how to defend a friend. Period. Like, y'all weird.
Continuing the verse, Tory Lanez addresses JoJo. He says, JoJo, that was a bozo move. You're trying to take me off a song that got you the most views. Got mad love for you, though. Your label, they're confused. They spent 50 on my feature. They're 50,000 in the lose right now. And the reason why he's addressing JoJo is because they did a track together, and then JoJo decided to remove Tory Lanez off the deluxe version of her album after the Megan Thee Stallion situation. Fast forwarding the verse, he then addresses J.R. Smith. He says, J.R. Smith, it's the pot that piss, and you the last cat that should talk about some shots that hit, because your performance and percentage player, rolling riding benches guy, I'm from the trenches guy. You the type to buy a chick at 80 and you still won't get an inch up in her. And the reason why Tory Lanez is addressing J.R. Smith was because J.R. Smith went on Instagram and posted on his story saying this. He said, this clown shoots a female and y'all listen to his music like it's okay. The fuck Tory Lanez, you're a straight clown, and tell whoever to hit my line, it's whatever. Fast forward this verse, and Tory Lanez decides to address Bun B. He says, it's rap guys out here telling Megan she should go tell, but she won't tell the truth because I'll be kicked up in my hotel. When the spiteful live shiesty, it's real trifle. You guys playing Instagram, I'm playing real life. Think I'm finna talk about an open case just for some likes? I promise we don't work hard too many nights. Please, talking nights, we worked on a wage, flipped, turned through the page. We got Bun B on live saying I should burn in a cage. In these times of black lives, he's saying I should turn to slave. If Pimp C heard that, then my guy would have been a rage right now. No diss to Pimp and Bun, but you made Big Pimp and Son pouring champagne on women's faces while they flick their tongue. I'm too young to give you lessons, but I'd like to give you one. Please stay the fuck up out of my case. I ain't convicted, son. Then he takes shots at Chance the Rapper. He says, Chance the Rapper, too irrelevant. I replaced his line with my chain looking heaven sent. Next 9, Lex 9, because mama always told me, don't you chew the food unless you would eat that shit for next time. Now, the reason why he's addressing Chance and Bun B was because Bun B went on Instagram Live and addressed Tory Lanez directly. And Chance the Rapper addressed the Tory Lanez and Megan situation on Twitter. He said, "I hope Meg really gets justice for what Tory did to her, and that we can all learn from this how near and constant and serious the threat of lethal violence and abuse is for every black woman."
I tried to be impartial and cool about this and not get it. Man, fuck that, man. Fuck Tory Lanez, okay? And I don't care if this go viral or none of that shit. I'm from Houston, and if somebody would have done something to Megan in this city, we would have rolled. Megan in L.A. by herself. It's just her and T. Ferris. She ain't got a mama no more. Her mama is gone. Her daddy is gone. Her grandmother is gone. All the people that loved her and cared about her unconditionally, that looked out for her and would have protected her, ain't there. So as an OG in Houston, I'm standing up. Tory Lanez did some whole shit. Period. Yeah, I know Tory. I know his manager. I know all of them, man. Fuck all that, though. Fuck all that. If the man on drugs, get him some goddamn rehab. If the man got mental health issues, get him some therapy. But you're not just going to sit here and shoot this girl and we not say nothing. This.
Fast forward, he talks about Roc Nation and his issues with them. He says, "I made too much money with Roc Nation for guys to be thinking I can't correlate the fact that it's only guys out your roster hating. Contemplating these thoughts in my head, like how the fuck these guys calling me, threatening me not to make no statements. Huh? The nerve nowadays. I'm hitting certain guys with the swerve nowadays." Then he takes shots at Dream Doll and says, "Give me one Dream Doll hit record. I'll wait." Now, on these lines, he takes shots at Masika. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. Kalisha. She's an actress and TV personality, and she basically made headlines a while ago where she was faking a kidnapping to promote her OnlyFans account, which was then promoting her upcoming album. It was a very stupid and very crazy thing to do. And then she ended up going on Twitter rants, critiquing the whole Tory Lanez and Megan situation. So then Tory Lanez in the song says, you have a bunch of personal shit going on in your life and you do crazy things for publicity, but you have the nerve to speak on my situation. So this is what Tory Lanez says. He says, "Hey, Masika, it's your chance. You in every Twitter debate and every shade room comment like common sense. Like we be needing your 2 cents and all your vents. Fake a kidnapping for your OnlyFans, trying to front like missing kids was your intent. It's the type of shit you teach in Kari. Then you should sit in a pen and watch people disagreeing in the end. You try to make it facts, but it's all a lie in the end. Oh, it ain't funny when it's your turn, when you spectators got the lighters out with gasoline and wanting your burn." Then he says, "Fuck a caption, this is facts with no capping. When Michael Jackson, Prince got their masters back, what happened? Tory Lanez got his masters back just now, and look what happened. Chris Brown, a black man that changed his life for the right, and still black Twitter finding ways to tear him down and bring him back in. A rapper catching a domestic, y'all start to talk that action. I feel like famous Amos after all that happened. They want the downfall of every black man, but I ain't going." Now, my problem with these last lines is that, Tory Lanez has taken the route of like Bill Cosby when he got accused of raping all those women or whatever. The whole route of I was trying to own CBS, and the reason why I'm getting all these accusations because I was trying to own CBS and they don't want me to become powerful. Tory Lanez is taking that whole route. He's saying, I got my masters back and now look what's happening. They're trying to, paint this image of me that I'm this horrible person because now I'm becoming powerful by owning my own masters, which is a crazy thing to say. And it's the same thing that Kanye West is doing right now. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Tory Lanez got that idea from him. Anyways, continue on to the next track, A Poem From Me to You. On this track, he just basically calls out people and says they're fake for switching sides on him. Then on the next track, The Most High, he actually disses Maul from Joe Budden's podcast. He says, "I'm watching Complex for the talks because it's an everyday struggle. Fuck Maul." And basically Maul was just obviously voicing what everyone else was at the time, siding with Megan and calling, Tory Lanez a sucker and that people shouldn't listen to his music anymore. Now, the rest of these tracks on this project is him basically talking about Megan and like apologizing to her and addressing people that are critiquing him, but he doesn't say specific names. On the track Queen and Slim, he kind of gives us an insight of what happened that night between Tory, Megan, and Kylie. He says in verse 3, me and Kylie still off in the pool. We was chillin', kicking shit, was cool. Both of us didn't know you was trippin'. Even though I got a crush on Kylie, I would have left with you if I knew. You was dippin' for the simple reason you invited me, but I can't act like shawty didn't excite me. I had took a wrong turn that night. I went out of turn and everybody think I wasn't the wrong one that night. You was just too drunk to even see it. So in these bars, he's kind of confirming what the rumors were, was that Tory, really liked Kylie, and I guess he was paying too much attention to Kylie, and that made Megan Thee Stallion upset, which probably led to the whole situation of the shooting in the first place. But that's essentially it for this project. Tory Lanez couldn't really go into detail, obviously, because it's still like a pending case, and for him to go into huge detail could compromise him, and he could end up, serving 8 years or 10 years or whatever the time was that he's facing. So overall, I feel like Tory Lanez shouldn't have dropped this project at all. He shouldn't have said anything, even though if it made him look guilty, this made things worse, especially the timing of releasing this project. We have the whole Breonna Taylor situation and what happened with the verdict and the police that killed her. So that should be the main focus. Let's try to focus on that and get justice on that and not really give a shit what Tory Lanez has to say right now. Tory Lanez just made this like 10 times worse for him. I feel bad for whoever, decided to do the green light on this. This is the worst decision an artist could make or anyone could make in this situation. Horrible timing, horrible tracks, horrible excuses, just piss poor everything. Nobody really cares about Tory Lanez, because if somebody really cared, they would have been like, listen, this is a bad idea. Don't do this shit. It's going to look horrible. And that's what it's doing. It's looking very horrible. That's my opinion on it. If I was Tory Lanez, I would have stayed shutting up. I wouldn't have said anything. I would have let the facts come out. I don't care who says what says what happens. I would have if I knew I was innocent, like Tory Lanez says, I'm innocent. That's what Tory Lanez is saying. It wasn't my fault. I would have let the facts talk. Let the facts talk. Why do you have to? Someone who's innocent doesn't have to constantly say they're innocent or, yell or prove that they're innocent. Usually they kind of sit back and let the facts speak for themselves. So yeah, that's my take on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys think Tory Lanez did the right thing by releasing music addressing everything? He didn't directly address everything, but he did respond to everybody that had something to say about the situation and kind of revealed a little bit of information that happened between Megan and him. Would you guys have done the same thing? Would you guys have laid low? How would you guys handle this whole situation if you were Tory Lanez? That's it for today's video. If you guys want to support this channel further, you can do so at patreon.com/diverse mentality. For just $1 a month or more, you can help support this channel further. A link is in the description below. Like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe. I do videos like this daily on hip-hop news and much more, so definitely subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at QuakeGW. Like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.